Welcome back. This is part 7 of my playthrough on Final Fantasy I, the Pixel Remaster, played on the PlayStation 5. It's a PS4 game though. Working with a new capture card that seems to be working great. I'm kind of enjoying it. No glitches or hang-ups, so this is going really well so far. And last time we made it up, we made it where the game wanted us to go, beat the Lich in the Earth Cave, at which point now I will be sequence breaking, I guess, technically from where you're supposed to go. We avoid Gold Volcano like the plague from this point forward, and now we're going the way that I play this game. We're now at Castle Ordeal, which we actually have no idea why we're here. There's nobody in the game that we could have talked to so far that will tell us any meaningful information about this place. You come bearing the crown, I see. Your fortitude cannot be questioned and need not. Very well, I shall grant you the right to undergo the trials. Go now, sit upon the throne. Your courage will be put to the test. If true courage dwells within you, you will find proof of it here. Peace out. Which, you can't get here without the crown. So that's a really random thing for them to say, oh, good, you've got the crown. You can now come here. What purpose? That's not there's nothing that would stop you from doing this. This is the earliest you could possibly get to this place, because you need the ship and you need the canoe. The only way to get here. And it's already like, oh, you've got this thing that lets you do this trial. Well, no kidding, I already have that. I got that, 2 bosses ago, man. Teleporter. Bottom one here. Nope. Top one. A couple of these teleporters I don't remember my first time through. Oh no, wait, no, that was right. Alright, cool. Now we go... Crud. Bottom? Run, run, run away in terror. The fish demons' big brothers are here. Oh, thank God. I hate those guys so very much. I'm not a fan of mind flayers in general. Dungeons and Dragons, they're a fairly terrifying thing. I don't know that I've ever faced one, to be honest. They just look ugly. Sorry, I know. I'm sure I look ugly to them as a pink-skinned whatever, with hair, and I'm sure that they think I'm just absolutely hideous as a human being, but... Alright, this is... I don't like you, I don't think, but I don't think you're too bad. You will get Blizzard because you're red and you cast fire on me. And I don't have anything else for you to do, so Alan just really should have cast a heal spell, huh? I've got some more. Because even for where we are in the game, these guys aren't that difficult. And so, if you came here during the regular sequence when you're supposed to come here, you would have already gone through another fiend and another cave with a boss creature, and you would be even further leveled up. So I don't imagine this place would be all that hard if you came here when you're supposed to. Right now, it does present something of a challenge if I get into some of these fights. But it also means decent XP. Alright, what's going to be in the box? A potion. Alright, down or right? Right? Wrong! Damn it. That's another... Ooh, dragon zombies. I need good experience from killing you. Alright, not bad. Not bad. I can live with that. Wish for a little more damage here, guys. Come on. Palin, not attack Palin. Grammar saves lives. Punctuation, very important. Alright. Yada. Okay. Chose all the right ones up until now. Minotaur zombies. Or Minotaur zombies. I will pronounce it both ways. Poor Kaz, what have they done here? Alright. See, I got him. This place not that difficult. There are some things that are still problematic, as mind flayers for one. Never, ever, ever like seeing them. But the rest of the bad guys in here, not too bad. Just strong enough that it could be, that it's a bit of a drain for where I'm at. But, you know, give me another 2 levels or so. By the time I got here, at least maybe 3 levels before I would get here normally, this place would be a pushover. Alright. I knew it was down. I second guessed myself. And I went the wrong way and paid the price. Had to backtrack a little bit. Alright, done with the teleporters. Alright, what are we going to see? Is this going to be a monster in the doorway? That would be the only time that this is an improvement. Because then I don't have to fight it twice. No, let the Medusa run. Seriously. Anything that has an insta-kill or insta-status effect that sucks, let them run away by all means. Like that. Don't do that. You. Where is my gold needle? And so I only want to kill one of them this turn because I want the option of bringing Durzo in. And now, as long as I don't get stoned again, stay away from those mushrooms. There we go. Level up. All right. Yes. Okay. So this is the only time when I appreciate this sort of scenario where they've taken away the fixed space that always has the same encounter, is because now I don't have to fight these nightmares twice just to get through this room. And they're not that bad, but you know, they can pack a punch. Cannon got his level, good. Alright, now we're at the point I'm gonna just go ahead and start using the potions here. Alright. So normally you walk through that space, you fight the nightmares, then you walk up here and you fight and you get the staff. Alright, healing staff. Alright, so healing staff is, in my opinion, one of the best items in the game. One of the reasons why I come here so early is just so I can get that healing staff, really. Because from this point on, when Palin doesn't have anything else to do, he will be doing that. Because he won't always get a chance to take his turn, but healing from this point forward just becomes so much less of a chore, because in battle, Palin will just be doing this over and over and over again, and taking care of the damage as I go. And it's not like he was dishing out that much damage offensively in the first place, so not that big of a loss. And so, but now I don't have to stop quite so often in between battles. Come on, where's the ice sword? Ruby armlet, need that. Ice brand, there we go. Alright, who needs this? You've got a silver. Ruby, oh, look at that. Nice defense jump. You've got silver, you've got silver. Alright, who can use... You cannot use Ice Brand, but you should be able to, yeah. Alright, there, nice jump on your offense. Excellent. Meow. More horned devils. And see now, since they are using a low-level fire spell, I will be able to counteract that for free. The one thing you don't get, though, is in the iOS version, and I guess the DS version with it, really need, okay, stats, you need to kick off an AoE next time. For some reason, y'all are not cutting enough damage this turn. But in the expanded version, with the extra dungeons and all that other stuff, in one of the dungeons, I don't remember which one, whether it's the Earth version or the Fire Cavern, one of those two I think would be it. There is a Healara staff, which is amazing, being able to kick that off all the time for free. Because, you know, as useful as heal is, it's still, you know, 30 to 50 each. It's not a whole lot, but over time, it does its job, and it keeps you in fairly decent health when you use it frequently. And you get a lot out of it. Great. It's slightly stronger than their Fire spell is. But the Healara, being able to do over 100 healing every turn on your whole party is fantastic. Actually, you attack, you defend, you heal. So if you beat Kanan to the punch... Nope, you didn't. Get it? Beat Kanan to the punch. He's the monk. Alright. Yeah, we're going to need stuff. Item, potion. Top him off a little bit. You definitely need a little more. There we go. Alright, now we're back in decent range for the heal staff. Push over. They're made out of clay, so when you push them over, they fall down and break. Gauntlets. Excellent! Okay, that's the other reason I like coming here. Okay, so we get the amazing item in the world, the Rat's Tail. Which, the whole point of coming here is the proof of your courage. And the fact that it was a rat tail, I'm sure it was a troll on somebody's part in Final Fantasy. Like, hey, let's have him go pick up a rat tail. Like, utterly useless thing. Why would you be carrying around a stinking, presumably dead rat's tail with me? And then it just turned into a thing in Final Fantasy, which I love, that they are able to carry stuff like that forward. So now this point, this is one of my favorite grinding spots in the regular game, and it works in the iOS version, and it works in the original Final Fantasy version on the Nintendo. Apparently not anymore, because they put this little dude standing here, and after I kill him, he will be gone, so I can't sit here and farm dragon zombies, which is an amazing way to get experience and grind up very quickly for this point in the game. And we'll see how much XP I get for killing 2 of these things. And you'll see it's not that hard of a fight. We already fought several of them in the dungeon getting here, so this is nothing. Thank you, Palin. You know, a couple of hits, and they're gone. And that is 4,000 XP, so just over 1,000 for each character. And you sit there, and so each dragon's worth a little over 500, and so sometimes you fight, very rarely you might fight 3, and I don't think you'll really ever fight 4 here. Later in the game you can. But you fight a couple of those every time, and if it's a single dragon, boom, they're dead. You move a space to the side, you walk right back on. You fight him again, you fight him again, you fight him again, and you just rack up so much XP so bloody fast. It's awesome. And they took that away. Don't really need it, because I swear this is a higher level and power than I remember having and being able to do at this point, because I usually struggle a little bit more in there at this point, but that was nothing. So now we've got 2 magic items that will make life a lot easier for free. Because, oh, let's see, you can fight, sure, fine, whatever. You are going to use the gauntlets, because look at the description. Gloves that cast Thundara when used. You get a free Thundara from waving your gloves around in the air. And I believe the gauntlets was the first item that I figured this trick out with. About using items in battle. And I used it, I believe, in the ocean, if I remember correctly, and it was an accident. I don't know how it was an accident. Admittedly, using items and using armor and swords as weapons in battle used to be a little bit more. You didn't come down into the item screen like this. You had to have it in your equipment screen. And I think before I said something about you only had 4 slots. You had 1 weapon and 3 armors. I was misremembering. You have 1 page of weapon slots. You had 4 weapon slots, and then 1 page of armor. So you had 4 armor slots per person. So you had 8 spots total you could put things on. And I was thinking of it correctly, and I misspoke when I was actually talking about it. But so you didn't have very many options for holding weapons and armor, because you didn't have an actual inventory. You just had what people were carrying on their person, apparently. And which is a really annoying way of doing it, and it would, everyone who's ever played that version of Final Fantasy probably has some ill feelings about that exact scenario. Because it was a pain, and I'm glad they did away with it very quickly in the Final Fantasy saga. But yeah, I believe the gauntlets was the first thing that I found out and had some sort of effect in battle and used it, and after that I immediately went through and tested every item available and figured out what did and didn't have effects and what type of effects they seemed to be having on the bad guys. The ones that affect you were a lot harder to figure out, because there's some that make you invisible. Well, you didn't actually turn invisible in the old one. It just, you saw some sort of AoE spell effect go on all your characters, and I don't even know if there was a real description of what happened to them. They just sort of were still standing there, and you couldn't really tell what effect it was. So, trying to figure out things that happen. I think one of the swords raises the defense of the person who wields it. But again, it's very difficult to tell what effect that had on you in the battle as the messages are going by. And so many of the things, it was hard to tell if it was worthwhile or not. Yay, free AoE spells. Alright. Nope. Alright, whatever. Alright, quick trip into Crescent Town, just because it's the closest town. Our next stop, yet again, we are bypassing Gold Volcano because it's pointless. And Palin is now going to use the gauntlets. A little bit extra damage, so nobody really needs the healing, so... Oh, look how fast these guys die now. And they still got enough poison. keep going straight down to wanting to select the magic instead of selecting use versus forget. Because apparently wanting to forget spells is a thing in this game. Alright. Item shop. I think we need to top off a couple of items here. Enough. I don't actually use those things, so and I just end up, if I find one, then the next time I go to town, I end up buying more of them to make for a nice round number. I waste more money on inventory that way sometimes. Alright. Yeah, so normally this would one of the places you can start off from to go try and hunt down how to get to Gold Volcano, or to your our next destination, which is going to be the Ice Cave, which you're not supposed to do until after the volcano. But there's a better place, again, using the boat to canoe feature. Yay, everybody leveled up at the same time. As a reminder to attack in arena battles in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Another game that I play a lot. Alright, so, take the ship, sail just a little bit north. We go up into here, this nice little cove, and park the ship right there. And we're already farther up the river, because the river monsters are harder than the ocean monsters, and therefore it's worth skipping a bit of the river, trying to navigate. Just come straight up here. Guys, you're supposed to let Palin go, like, just to get his healing off, and then kill the monsters. Come up and around. Naochu! I'm not afraid of you, Naochu. You're not much more than melted cheese on chips. I believe actually in the Final Fantasy Nintendo version, they may have been called nachos. I certainly called them nachos. The spelling was slightly different, but you look at that and you're like, does that say nachos? And you want nachos at that point. And I live in Texas and grew up in Texas, so we know nachos. There you go. See, Palin gets a little bit of healing off, and then you kick off the lightning spell. A little bit of damage. Come on, now let Palin go. Okay, all the fish had their chance. Now let Palin go before you kill them. Thank you. That's how it's supposed to work. Good teamwork, guys. So we come on down over here. If you use the world map, or if you use the map they gave you, you can manually sort of navigate this river set, and you don't really get lost in the maze. It's not that difficult. I don't remember how difficult it was the first time coming through. That was way too long ago, and I've known how to get through this river system 3/4 of my life, so I remember a lot of things about playing this game as a kid, but I don't remember whether or not I had a problem with this river. Alright, you focus on him, you focus on him, you take the fish, which I think was like a carib or something like that in the original. And you get some healing in there. Maybe they were piranhas in the original. Torpedoes. Not any use for your level 4 magic except for curing poison, so might as well. Alright. Everyone is more or less topped off. You know what? I'm going to use a tent. That is my first tent use this whole game so far. I used them a lot more when I was a kid playing this. Like, I always had tents and I always used them. And then later cabins, once they were available, because cabins restored everything and tents didn't. Alright, Ice Cavern. This place can be a bit of a pain. There's a few monsters in here that are problematic, but for the most part, it's not too bad. There's one room, however, that is either really easy or ridiculously painful to get through, and it sort of depends on if you commit to using AoE magic to get yourself out of the fight faster. There's lots of undead, and they love to stun you, and there's always a ton of them, and you have to do the fight twice if they keep to the original. And it's a nasty little spot to drop into that there's no way around. Anybody need healing? You know? Never hurts. Also, doesn't help when you don't get to use it. Nobody got the let the white mage use his healing stick memo. Alright, now we're definitely going to use it because they might get in some attacks. Like that. And that. Stun. Yes, he's restore a little bit on Kanan. Then there's a little bit less to have to worry about after the battle. He's close enough, I'm not going to bother at this point. Alright, horrible room. There's lots of Astos little bitties. Oh, crud. Magic, this is worth a... I have 5 of them. The Lazar is obviously not going to do any much good. If I want to do Thundar, I've got a glove for that. Let's do that. Get a little bit of extra help for them getting through those wolves. And you are absolutely going to use the healing staff, because if they get a chance, they will use an AoE frost on you that hurts a lot. Alright, they get through the wolves, no problem. Okay, and you're definitely going to need some healing after this. I forgot you can fight these guys this early in here, otherwise I would have healed you after the last fight, just in case. Research advanced trophy. I like trophies. Alright, Red Mage. Awesome. Yes, we made it through with no fighter things. Okay. Alright. Run! Yes, get away. Preemptive strike. Awesome, thank you. I don't care if I've got a preemptive strike. I will run away from these guys in a heartbeat. Don't like mind flares. Alright, now let's see. Okay, yeah, you can see in the original Nintendo version, those were just circles on the ground. so they're a little more obvious to try and avoid. And one of these chests back here is worth the trouble. I'm going to do a quick save just in case. And the other chest is absolutely not. And I don't remember which is which. So we're going to go give this a try. There's going to be monsters in it, and it's going to be those mages or fighters that I hate so much. Dark wizards. Oh, and ambushed, really? Don't death me. Death you with a sword. And healing staff, because I don't know what else to do versus these guys. Okay, attacks not so effective. Magic probably more effective. A bit more. Kick off the gauntlets again. And yes, because I don't know if they're going to start kicking off AoE spells or something against me. So far, these guys are not horrible. Like, yeah, see, they're like miniature Astoses in appearance. Which is actually, yeah, better that the original Astos was larger on the screen, because when he was this big, he's not nearly as intimidating, to be honest. And nothing better for Paladin will do. Alright, I can live with that, because here comes Durzo! Yay, Kanan with everyone else. Good hit points. Clothes. Okay, I picked the crap chest. I knew I was gonna pick the wrong one. But if you navigate up here around all the holes in the ground. Actually need to save your first level spells for the undead. Alright, here we go. This chest is actually kind of worth it. I don't always go get it because I don't need it, but no bad guys. God, seriously. Alright, so one way or another, that little thing in the middle of the screen there, can't come with the right word. Looks like a trap. Anyway, the little thing in the middle of the screen, that is the float stone we're after, but you can't get there from here because every time you step on one of these things, you fall through the floor, and all of them lead to the exact same spot on the ground where we find these guys. Which was a forced battle just by stepping on the square, again, just like all the rest of these little monster icons have been, and it's a bunch of undead, and they suck. So we are gonna just... the fastest way we can get through this fight, because I hate these things. Everybody kick off whatever AoEs they can do to try and kill these things faster. And hope that they don't. There's one stun. There you go. Durzo. Good start. Talon, come on, finish them off so you can kill them all. Then we don't have to waste stats as Fire-Aga. Nice! Yeah, so that fight, if you don't take that fight seriously, it's really, really easy to get stuck there. And take a ton of damage. Do I want to go fight the Frost Dragons? I might as well. See, when we walk on this nice sparkly ground, we're going to take some damage. Not horrible. There's going to be a dragon in one of these chests. Alright. We're going to need potions here. So one of these chests, this one, going to have white dragons in it. Who are jerks. And you're getting Faraga'd because they have that. And this one hurts. Yeah, there it is. Dude! Durzo! That was awesome. But we get the ice armor. Ooh, can anyone actually equip it, come to think of it? Not yet. Nope. Alright, level up. That could have been a completely worthless fight for me. Forgot about that. Alright. 2 of those for you. Everybody gets a couple of potions. Running over it faster doesn't take any less damage. At some point I should probably use the high potions instead of tons and tons of potions. Now there's another room down there with a bunch of chests in it, mostly a lot of gold. Not really, in my mind, worth the trek. I'm not hurting for gold. So, not really worth the trip, and there's no items down there that I need to have. Nope, go through the door, thank you. Ether. This has some money in it. 10,000 gil. Totally worth that little trip around the bottom of the building. Alright, there is a hole in the ground right there to avoid. Sleeping bag. Alright, we got money, yay, lots of money, and a nice shield that I know you'll be able to use it soon, but not yet. Nope, okay, not yet. Fall down through the floor. Where will we land? Right. Yeah, now don't make the mistake of stepping off to the side. Here, here, and again we're going to do a quick save because this guy, while not hard, does have some instant death options that I hate. But this is, again, one of my favorite grinding spots that appears they have taken away. Because this guy is fantastic for experience at this point. And as long as they don't make me a liar, he goes down pretty darn fast. But look at that, 3,200 XP for 2 hits, and he's dead. So normally what I would do is step to the right, fight him again. Step to the right, fight him again, and just do this for 15-20 minutes and get several levels out of this. This is an amazing spot to grind in the original game and the iOS version. Makes me sad. And we don't have a warp or a exit spell yet, so we're stuck coming back down to do this fight yet again. But we know it's not too hard. As long as we take it seriously. Raga and Daya. All of you. Daya! Again, because you're undead. Kanan, keep tanking the hits. Durzo, disco! There we go. Stats kicking out some real damage there. Alright, now we just gotta get out of here. Potions for everybody. Even though most of them don't need it. I don't really care. Nope, not that way. Okay, I'm gonna come back up here. Pisco demons can Pisco off. They can still do damage, but yeah, it wasn't hour and a half ago these guys were a serious threat. And we're back to Can not leveling up with everyone else. Good stat increases there, like hit points. Come up here. And we're out. Done. Levistone obtained. Let's see. Let's go ahead and I got a few minutes here to spare. We're gonna take a quick trip to our the point of that whole cave. So now if I really felt like it, I could probably go do the volcano and it would not be hard. The healing staff makes places with damaging floors way less of a threat, because every battle you just kick off the healing staff and you undo the damage. Because you're going to take damage walking on the lava, you're going to take a little bit as you go, no matter what you do. But the healing staffs, every turn, just boom, heal, boom, and you don't have to worry about the damage from the floor anymore. And White Mage always has something to do to heal the little bit of environmental damage that you take. Nope. Try that again. There we go. And so it just makes it a bit of a pushover place at that point, instead of the slog it is trying to keep yourself healed up all the way through there with potions and healing spells, etc. It is just so much easier when you have that staff already. And so that getting that staff is the first reason I was like, hey, maybe if I go to the Ordeal Castle first, then I can get that healing staff now that I know it exists and what it does. And so really that was sort of the first reason I went there, was I wonder if I can get here. The first time, and really I found the river entrance that we used after having made the long trip. I think probably, the second or third time I played this game, I have no idea, I was a kid at the time. One of those times I realized that river was there, and you could just park your ship at the mouth of a river. And it's so much more convenient. And I was like, wait a second, there's that river up by Castle Ordeals. I could just park there. And then so the next playthrough somewhere along the way, I was like, wait a second, I can park up there way earlier than I think I can in this game. What if I go up there way early? Can I survive a trek through Castle Ordeals way earlier than I'm supposed to be there? And again, on the original Nintendo version, it was a little bit harder to get through. There's the stats that you have, the levels you're at, the spells you have. Also depends on the party you take in with. You can make a big difference. You don't have any free AoEs magic yet, because you get the gauntlets in there, and I don't think there's a place earlier than that you can get any usable items. Really, there may be something in Gold Volcano, but really, that's the first place that I ever get any items. And so figuring that out just absolutely changed the game for me, because then I started doing things out of sequence. Just forget the volcano until the end of the game to ready to go in there right before the final dungeon. And it's just so much easier at that point. Everything dead. So we come on down here, and again, I honestly, to this day, I could not tell you who you're supposed to talk to that tells you, go here for the airship. I don't remember, because after doing it the very first time, either my brother or I found out where the airship is and then told the other person, so everybody in the family knew where to find the airship from that point forward, and then we never ever talk to the person again who tells you where to find it, because there's no need to. And so I have no idea. I would have to look up who to go talk to if I didn't already know, because I don't have a clue. I don't know even what town they're in. For some bizarre reason, I think the theory behind using the Levistone is that it actually is supposed to like lock in place, and so when you activate it, the Levistone goes up, and you're just holding it attached to the airship. I could be thinking of something totally different, but I want to say that at some point I looked it up and or read somewhere that that's the way that works, and that's why the Levistone works on the airship. So it's just lifting it up in the air and hovering, and then you take the airship to actually drive you around and steer and stuff like that, which makes the propellers on the top kind of pointless. Like, no matter how it works, if you have a Levistone that enables you to float things and fly, how does the propellers on the top of that airship make any difference whatsoever? It makes sense on a Final Fantasy IV airship, because there is no such thing as a Levistone in that. They just go and fly. But in this one, you have a magic stone that levitates things and makes them fly. Why do you have vertical propellers? You should have ones on the side to direct you forward, back, left, right. And then the stone presumably would control your altitude. I don't know. I don't think they thought through the physics of this thing. Anyway, this is where we're going to leave off for right now. And we made a lot of good progress here. And from here, we're going to be going to upgrade our classes with the dragons and raid their dragon caves for treasure. And then starting some of the other raids. And from this point, it's basically every video is just going to be going through a dungeon and either just raiding it for treasure or going through and killing the boss. And so the rest of the game proceeds pretty quickly. I think they sort of count on you to either grind because you're under-leveled if you know where to go first, but you still have to level up to survive, or to inadvertently grind as you wander around the world trying to figure out where the heck you're supposed to go next. But neither is... We'll just level up as we go. I don't think there's any need to grind anymore for this game. We already sort of did the little bit that we needed to. So anyway, that's next time we will be going up and talking to dragons and possibly diving in a waterfall and rescuing a fairy, probably. So anyway, hope you're enjoying these. Please like the video and come back for more. Hope everyone's having a great day. Bye.